Hi everyone, this is Rita Holmes, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up from Ohio, and I'm here to bring you a very easy card that I call my Circle Series, and I hope that you enjoy it. It's going to be a very easy card to do, but let me tell you a little bit about, I do have a Facebook page called Stamp Crazy VIP, where I post every Tuesday morning my videos, which is the same as what I'm posting here, but I do put a PDF in the files of the card that I've made with a picture of it, so that it tells you everything that we used and how we made it. So anyway, you'll have the measurements and all of that of the card, so that is in the files there. I do have my own store at www.ritaholmes.stampinup.net that you can order online from. And if you do that, here is my host code that you can use, and that would be great. That's for July. It's good right now. I do want to tell you they're having a paper sale. They have 9 different papers on sale. You can see that also on my online store, what they are. There's some pretty good ones in there, and you might want to take advantage of that. But let me show you my cards that we are going to do. And these are called Circle Series because I'm using circles. I'm going to be demonstrating this card right here, which has a circle frame, and then there's a circle here with a cutout in it, if you can see that. And then I've put a punch. And then this is just a sample one that I made, and I have to tell you the reason why I use this is I had stamped Have a Beautiful Day on here, and I stamped it really crooked, so I wanted to cut it off. So I got out this little, it came from the Contour and Color dies, just a little scallop, and I just did it at an angle and stamped that, so when you open it, you're saying it's right down here. So that is just a sample. This one we're going to do, Sending Positive Thoughts and Feel Good Wishes, and the stamp set we are using is we're going to use the leafy part out of Tasteful Touches, and then we're going to be using the Sending Positive Thoughts and Feel Good Wishes from the Positive Thoughts stamp set, and then I'll show you the dies that we're going to be using for the butterflies and then the circles. But I also put a set of butterflies in here just to kind of match my outside. I like to have my card flow to the inside, and I have some champagne rhinestones on it. So we will get started on our card. It's very, very easy, but let me show you my dies that I used. In Nature's Thoughts, I used the 2 little butterflies, these right here, that I already have cut out. And this set of dies actually goes with this stamp set. So they do match up. There's your greenery, your flowers, your feather, and then this butterfly, and then it's got all these extra little dies with it. So I already have my butterflies cut out. The next thing we're going to use is our layering circles. And I've already got these 2 put together, and these are taped together. They're the 2 largest, because here's how your dies come. They're the 2 largest ones right here, and that's going to make my frame that I've done right here in the Flirty Flamingo. And then I took this large die, and I know it doesn't look like this, but it is that one that goes for this circle right here. And then I took the bigger one of those 2, which is this one, and I just put those together like this and cut out my dies. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to cut our dies first because I wanted to have you see that done, especially with taping them together. So let's move all that out of the way. We're going to bring in my little embossing machine, and we'll take the Flirty Flamingo, and we'll lay that on my well-worn plate here, and we're just going to lay these here and go ahead and cut out those circles. Okay, so I'll just put that in there. get it going. I must not have them on there together. I don't. You have to really get these on here together for them to work good. So there we go. Now we're good. There they go. So we're going to roll that in together. And I hope that worked because I got them awful close to the edge. Yeah, we got it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull off the excess there. I'm going to pop out my middle, which we won't be using this at all. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to easily take the frame off of my painter's tape. That's what it is. That's what I used as a type of painter's tape. And we'll undo that and we'll have our frame. Okay? So now let's bring these back in. And we'll bring on our other two dies. And I'm actually going to make this card on Very Vanilla today. So we're going to lay these here. And I'm going to put this one kind of close to the edge, but not all the way. Then I'm going to take my plate, stick these on there together. And then I'm just going to run those through. Okay, so let me move this out of our way. I'm going to go ahead and shut it. Sorry if it makes a big, it didn't make a big cling. I held on to it. And then we're going to bring in there's our circle that we cut out with these two circles. And so we'll just put those back over here with our dies. I used the magnets from Stampin' Storage for your dies and the sleeves. I really like those. It keeps them together. And then I file them in alphabetical order. And it makes it nice. So I have this circle and then the Flirty Flamingo circle that are extra that I could maybe use on something else. And we are ready to make our card. So what I'm going to do is let's lay my card back in here where you can see it again. And we need to stamp our leaf section. So we need to bring in a piece of scrap paper, and I've got this right here. And I did my leaves in a multicolor. So what I'm going to do is I used soft succulent Flirty Flamingo and pale papaya. I like those color combinations together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my little circle piece, and I already have my butterflies cut. We just need to stamp them. So I'm going to lay out my butterflies. And that little intricate one, really cute. I really like that. So we've got our butterflies here. Once I get them on here, I have a hard time picking them up. So anyway, here's what we're going to do. And I have my, my little finger daubers. So I have my three colors are right here. So I'm going to take my pale papaya first. And I'm just going to ink around the stamp with my pale papaya, because I can ink over it. Then I'm going to take some of my Flirty Flamingo, and I'm just going to add some of that. And then I'm going to add some of my green. And I like my green to be around my edges a lot. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp. And this is how I'm going to want that. So I'm going to take my stamp, and I'm just going to stamp that image there, so that I have my leaf on there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm not going to ink these back up, because I don't need a whole lot of ink. But I'm going to again go around and add some color. And I think I can get both of these butterflies at one time. I just need to push this one down, put this over here. And there's these two butterflies, and I'm going to do that again. And there again, I'm not going to re-ink, I'm just going to hit a little bit harder. And then do me some green. And then I'm going to take my little butterfly and stick him up here close to this one. And I will just let that ink soak in. And there I have my butterflies and all of that stamped. Isn't that cute? The only other, I'm going to put these three things away because we will not need them right now, which is a good thing. So those are put away. I don't need my pale papaya. We don't need this copy paper anymore, or little grid paper. And so I'm going to set these to the side. I'm going to leave this sit out to the side for a second. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my card and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fold it in half. And it's 4 1/4 by 11. And it's the only piece of cardstock that you really have to measure because everything is cut out with dies for the rest of it. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to just lay this right here for a second. I'm not going to glue it yet because I'm going to go ahead and use my stamp on my stamp pads open and stamp my saying at the bottom. And I'm going to do that in the soft succulent. So we're going to ink that up really good. I'm going to bring this down. And I'm just going to try to center it a little bit. And press and let it soak in and up. There we go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little frame that we made. Aren't these frames kind of neat that you can make? You can use squares, ovals, circles, anything that you got two of you can put together to make a frame and use on your cards. And I think that is just really, really cool to be able to do that. I'm hoping my sound sounds better. I've got a microphone on and I'm hoping it's working. We'll see after the video is done, because that's the only way I can check it. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of center this, and I just put very little glue on it so that it wouldn't squish out all over the place. Didn't want that happening. And then I'm going to take my next little piece, which is this one, and I'm going to glue all the way around it too. I'm just going to add a little bit extra down here where it's wider, and then just go around the edge just a little bit. And then you just want to set, decide where you want that your opening to be, because that's where you're going to put in your little, like we're going to do our butterfly on here. That's where I put the flower on here. Or you could stamp in the middle of that if you want. Now what I'm going to do right now, before I put my butterflies on the outside, I'm going to go ahead and put my butterflies on the inside. And you'll see why here in just a second. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add them like this. And on this one, I'm just barely going to put glue right down the center of him. And therefore you can write a little something on your card around your butterflies or sign it. And then when I get to this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my butterfly and I'm going to fold it in half. I'm just going to match the sides, and I'm going to give it a good crease with my fingers, because I want that to be able to stand up. Okay? And then where I've got that creased, I'm going to take my glue and then just add that down that crease. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to sit it where I want it in my card. And I'm just going to set it down. Then I'm going to take like my pokey tool, and you can actually use the part on your pick tool if you have it, and then just hold on to your butterfly, and then just kind of, don't poke holes in it, but have it kind of, you want to burnish that down really good so that it dries. Okay, and then we're going to do this, what we did with the other butterfly. We're just going to go down the center of this little one right here. These are really fast cards, and if you liked them and you like making them, you could cut out I got a little bit too much glue, so I'm just going to wipe it off with my finger. It'll rub off. And then I'm just going to take and add that right here. And since it's just glued in the center, it'll kind of stand up a little bit. You don't really have to have it stand up too much, especially if you're going to mail it. I already put my lid on my other one, so I'm just going to, this is an old, I've had these for like 10 or 15 years. They're good. So that's my card. It doesn't take long at all to make. And like I said, if you want to make a bunch, you could go ahead and cut you out a bunch of frames and circles and then just go to town on it. And so there it is in white, and there it is in very vanilla. And then here is the other one I made that I just did a little bit more. And what I did is I used the Very Versailles stamp set, and I did the background wording in crumb cake here. And I used the leaf in that set here with soft succulent. Then I stamped the flower in black, in the tuxedo black, and used the punch on it. And then I used my Stampin' Blends in the polished pink and did that. And I had an extra little butterfly that I cut extras of those, and I put the little butterfly up there. I thought that was kind of cute. And I didn't do anything on the inside because I had my saying down here. But you can use your imagination, and you could use so many different things with this. And this is just a quick video that I wanted to bring you and do so that you could see how easy these are. So I hope you try them. They're fun. It's a way to use a lot of little scrap paper. You could even use DSP, your designer series papers, your printed papers, and do some circles with that. Make some frames with the DSP. We do need to, before we go, I almost forgot, we do need to put a little bit of embellishment on there because I do like the embellishments. And I did like the champagne ones that I used on there, so I think I'm going to use champagne again. And I always like to use my pick tool. So let's just bring that in and add some jewels here and there. Let's put this one over there. And then maybe let's put this one right here. And there you go. And so that's the card. Fast and simple. Just the way I like them. And it gives a little bit of a wow factor because you've got the circles, and that makes them a little bit different. You don't have to do a lot of layering. So you can have that done. So I hope you enjoyed the video. We will call it an end right now. I hope you could hear it okay. We'll have to see how that worked. You guys are being my guinea pig right now. And don't forget that you can join my Stamp Crazy VIP group and get PDFs. I have all the PDFs for all the videos we've made. My store you can go to and see the papers that are on sale right now. And if you do that, please use my host code, which is right here, that you can use when you're ordering. I would appreciate that. And don't forget, you can give me a thumbs up If you liked my video, you can give me a thumbs down. If you did not, but please put in the comments why you gave me the thumbs down so I would know how to make my videos a little bit better. And also hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss any of my videos when I do them. And I usually try to do at least one a week. Well, one a week is what I do. Hopefully sometime in the near future I might get to do two. And until we get together again, I hope you have a nice week, a nice weekend, or whatever's coming up. Thank you. Bye.